What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brewery. I think I've done a review for at least one or two beers from this brewery before. I know that they've only been stouts. I know there's one that was, I think it was called Tall, Dark, and Smoky, and then I had one where they collaborated with Listerman. But today we're going to be taking a look at a style that I've never had from this brewery, and Pontoon is out of Georgia. They like to live that kind of lake style, like front kind of style of living, where they talk about being on a lake, being on pontoons, and kind of just enjoying the outdoors and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm deciding to try one of their takes at a fruited Berliner Weiss. So today we got some rainbow Smiggles. Some rainbow Smiggles, and it's just the Trix rabbit vomiting into what it looks like to be a bright tank, or maybe that's the fermenter. Yeah, it looks like the fermenter. But I just think this is pretty damn funny, because he's vomiting rainbows and fruits and all that kind of stuff in here, and the amount of stuff they put in this beer is actually pretty interesting. That's what's made my attention for this one. So like, I need to get my hands on this, because the label is like, it's something that we all knew when we were kids, but it's directed toward adults, because it's more of like an adult oriented thing, where it's like you see him kind of seems like he's getting drunk off beer and all that kind of stuff, eating a lot of cereal, and then just vomiting into the tank. So and you see like a bunch of kids in the corners and stuff with knives and all that. Like, what the hell? So this is definitely, this label I would say is aimed for adults, but kind of brings out the inner kid in all of us. And it's brewed with fruit cereal, rainbow candy, strawberry, pineapple, vanilla, and lactose. So what I'm thinking is, since they're trying to make it seem like more of a cereal kind of style of a fruited Berliner Weiss, that this is going to be more, it's not going to be as smoothie-like to me, I think. Just because all those kind of, not as much puree and more of those flavors they're trying to bring out of the other ingredients, like the candy and the cereal. They're trying to bring out a lot more in this one. Hopefully going to bring a nice balance of sweetness, of course, maybe with the pineapple and the strawberry. I'm thinking the strawberry might add like a slight bitterness to it, because it's like when you have like an unripened kind of strawberry, it kind of brings like a slight kind of sour note to it, or tartness. But I'm pretty excited about this one. So without further ado, let's see. Did I miss anything right there? Oh yeah, it comes in at a 7% ABV. So yeah, it's in that, right on that threshold of just being sessionable for me. So I'm pretty damn excited. Of course, going to be drinking it out of my Deciduous Beer Co. little sour glass I like to use all the time. So let's crack this guy open and see what we get on the smell before I pour it, because I'm curious. This one has my attention. Like I said before, I don't think this is going to be that smoothie style. I think it's going to be like more of like a kind of a murkier in color, I think. Definitely getting that pineapple on the nose right away. Definitely getting like a nice tartness almost. It's like almost that has that smell of like when you crack open like that canned pineapple, like the rings. That's what it kind of smells like a little bit. Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's pour this guy and see what this thing's all about. Yeah, definitely has a nice golden color to it. Just the slightest little head to it. Not much, but has a nice kind of murky golden color. Thinking it might have more of an effervescence to this one, and not as like a creamy. It might have slight cream notes, or because the vanilla might just be in there to add sweetness, and the lactose might add slight cream notes, but I'm thinking this might be more of like an effervescent kind of fruited Berliner Weiss. So yeah, still getting a lot of that pineapple on the nose right there. And apparently this is an award winner too, so I'm really excited to try an award-winning beer and see what people's thoughts on this one are all about. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay. Definitely getting a tartness in there. Slight tartness, but it's not like too overly tart. On the other note, the pineapple's there. The strawberry's like very, very muted at the end, but to be honest, I'm not really getting much of the cereal and the candy they put in there, which is interesting. I thought that would bring off more of like a kind of like a candied, almost bready or sweetness a little bit, but you're definitely getting that fruit, like that Berliner Weiss style at the very end, where it's just kind of like notes of like barley, a little bit stuff like that, but barley and wheat. But Other than that, it really just tastes like kind of like a pineapple strawberry fruited sour to me. Definitely is more effervescent, has a slight kind of creaminess to it. Not really that much, but yeah, it's good. I'm just kind of upset that I'm not tasting more of the candy and the cereal in there, because that's what wanted me to bring my attention to it the most. Because if you're adding cereal and candy to your beer, you want to have it to be a predominant flavor, and for me, that's not really the predominant flavor for me, which is kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing for sure. But let's look here on Untapped. And because, of course, if you can't get your hands on this the Rainbow Smiggles, it's one of their, like I said, it's one of their award-winning Berliner Weisses. And if you can't get your hands on it, Untapped always suggests like similar beers to this one. But recently, when it comes to any kind of like fruited sour or fruited Berliner Weiss lately, I've been having the same breweries show up on the list, and it's all the Dry County Brewing Company ones, which is very interesting. So I'm trying to think which one from Dry County, if I had to choose, which would be the most similar. To be honest, I don't know about really any of these would, because guava and lychee, of course, bringing tropical notes, it might give you that same like tropical fruit note experience as, let's say, the pineapple would. When it comes to the pineapple note you're getting in this, the neon berries and fluff, you're not really getting like a heavy marshmallowy kind of thing with this one. Let's see, they got the neon pie, which is just a regular cherry fruited Berliner Weiss, which not really getting cherry notes to this. Of course, you got the beers by Bacon Bros, the Mars Attacks, which is just the blackcurrant raspberry, which not really. So I would probably pick the neon guava and lychee to be the most similar, even though I've already suggested a bunch of ones from Dry County Beer Company before. So I don't know if there's this kind of similar beer rating on this one's kind of accurate. I'm surprised it's only these ones. It's like they keep on showing up. But yeah, let's see here. Like I said before, it's a 7% ABV, and I don't think I had anybody on my friends list who checked this one in. Nope. So let's look at the description of this guy, because before I read off the average rating and all this stuff, here's what it kind of boggles me a little bit when it comes to not being able to taste some of those notes that I want to taste in here. So what it says is our award-winning Berliner Weiss features 300 pounds of Skittles, over 100 boxes of Trick cereal, 2 pounds per gallon of strawberries and pineapple, vanilla, and lactose. So having over 300 pounds of Skittles and 100 boxes of Trick cereal added to your beer, you would expect that to be a very predominant flavor, which to me, it's not. Those flavors aren't there really at all to me. Not really getting much of like a Trick cereal flavor, not really getting any kind of Skittle candy like fruit flavor in this. It's just, I'm getting the strawberry and the pineapple. That's pretty much it, which is very, very kind of disappointing to me. But because they shouldn't kind of advertise that there's so many stuff in here, when to me, I'm not tasting any of it. Yeah, I'm not really getting any like candy Skittle flavor in there, or any kind of Trick cereal kind of note in this at all, which is upsetting to me. Very, very upsetting. So let's look at the ratings on this one. So let's see. Like I said, it's a 7% ABV. It went over 2,203 ratings. This one has an average rating of 3.93 out of 5, which is pretty good still. It's a good beer. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of deceiving when they kind of tell you that you're, with all the ingredients in this, and you're only getting, to me, I'm only getting half of the flavors that I feel like I should, which is what's the most upsetting thing about it to me. And I know you could possibly get this stuff. I know this stuff's available down in Florida. I know you can get it in Georgia. Who knows, you might be able to get it up to like the parts of North Carolina and all that stuff. Or you can get anything from Pontoon on Tavour, which is how I get my stuff from them. But if you want to go over to Pontoon and try something that's in the same realm, and because the Rainbow Smiggles is not available at the taproom right now, they have their Franken Smiggles, their Halloween release they did, which was kind of their Frankenberry kind of version of it. So if you want to possibly taste something similar to this and see if it tastes any different straight from the tap, you might have a good kind of experience with it. But my experience is good, but it's a disappointing experience. That's what it's coming down to. So let's look here at the ratings on this one, see what people rated this guy. So This person gave it a 2.5. Let's see. This person gave it a 3.5. Let's see, a 3.75. It looks like people are getting their hands on this one overseas, which is in Antwerpen or something like that. So that's pretty cool that that stuff's showing up over there. But let's see. This is a 3.75. This person gave it a 4. Let's see. Another 3.75, 3.75, 4, 3.75, 3.25 saying, yeah, it actually tastes like cereal. Interesting for sure. Not bad. See, this guy said it tastes like cereal. I don't really taste the cereal note in this whatsoever. And let's see. Another 3.5. 3.75. This guy purchased it at the Total Wine in Tampa, Florida. So if you may be able to get your hands on this over if you're in Florida. So yeah, pretty decent ratings on this one. I'm seeing a lot more of the 3.75 realm than I thought I would. But yeah, let's start figuring out what we're gonna be doing for ratings on this guy. Let me pour the rest of this into the glass, and let's look at this can art. You heard me talk about the can art right before I started the review. I like it. I like it a lot. It has that kind of bring you back to that when you were a kid, seeing the Trix bunny and getting chased, all that kind of stuff, and then making it adult worthy when it comes to him eating a lot of cereal, getting drunk, and then puking into a fermenter. Of course, having a bunch of kids surrounding him with knives and all that stuff. I think it takes something that was normally oriented towards kids and takes it right back to making it oriented towards adults, which I can appreciate. Not really something that, I mean, I like the colors on it, even though sometimes people would think this is aiming towards kids. I mean, you're not going to, in my argument when it comes to labels like this, is you're not going to see a kid going in and buying craft beer. You're not. It's just they're going to buy a handle of something because that's something that'll get them drunk quicker. They're not going to try to go into a bottle shop or a liquor store and try to fucking steal a 4-pack of Pontoon's Rainbow Smiggles. It's just how it is. So, yeah, for can art, I like it. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5 for can art. I really enjoy it. I like the kind of gore aspect to a kid-friendly cereal kind of thing. But let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Pontoon, would I get another one? To be honest, if it tastes like this at the brewery, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. It's, like I said, it's deceiving. I enjoy the pineapple and the strawberry flavors in it. It's a good beer, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to advertising, having cereal and Skittles in there, that's a flavor I want to taste. And if I'm not tasting it, I'm not going to really waste my time with buying another one. So, other than that, I think my final rating for this one, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, to be honest. I mean, like I said, it's a good beer. The pineapple and the strawberry flavors are good. But when it comes to only tasting half the flavors that I think that I should be tasting, and having no cereal, no Skittle flavor in it whatsoever, and only tasting the pineapple and the strawberry and that kind of vanilla kind of sweetness in there, I think it almost got to the point where it missed its mark, even though it's an award-winning beer. People must have liked it. When it comes to a lot of things, flavor profiles or how people taste things are subjective. So you may try this and absolutely love it. You may be tasting the Skittles and the Trix in there, but to me, I'm not tasting any of it. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I would recommend having people give this a shot just to see if they taste the stuff, because I'm curious of other people taste the cereal and the Skittles in there. But for me, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this one again, for sure. I would not go out of my way and buy it. But other than that, yeah, I think 6.5 is where I'm going to leave this one. It's a solid beer, but it's disappointing. That's what pretty much my final thoughts on this one are going to be. But other than that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody again for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live doing another review. And if you want to see a social media aspect of beer drinking, always going to recommend getting yourself on Untappd. It's a great platform. You can check in beers, get badges. You could see a bunch of people that hang out and chat here whenever I do my reviews, like when Tucky, I know Duchess does it. And it's, yeah, I agree with Tucky. But you could see people like I was saying, when Tucky, Duchess is on Untappd, Lee, Not the Real Dry Butler, Ian's on there. A bunch of people are on Untappd checking beers and having a good time. It's a really fun platform. You can use it on Apple, Android, or you can use it on your desktop just through the browser. But I always recommend people going on there and just having a good time over there. So if you wanna get yourself on Untapped, or you have an account with them already, and you haven't sent me a friend request, my link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys. Shoot me your friend request. I would love to see what other people are drinking. And if you possibly want to get your hands on anything from Pontoon, of course, Tavour is always an option. They're always showing up on Tavour every once in a while, so be able to get your hands on some of their stuff from there. Or just check out your local liquor store or bottle shop. You never know. Ask them if they can get Pontoon distributed through them. Always a good thing to kind of grow a relationship with the owner of a liquor store near you, just because they want to bring in stuff that they think will sell. So if you're asking for something they don't carry, they're going to probably bring it in. But other than that, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to end it like I always end it. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.